All right, you guys, so today in this video we're gonna be doing something a little different from my most recent videos. I know it's pretty sad, bro. I still don't have an intro. Yeah, I'm out here struggling, I know. So today we got the One at Lee out. This is gonna be one of the first types of, I guess you would call it a tutorial video. So this video, what you're gonna learn today is how to take car photography, and this even applies to car videos as well. A lot of you may know, I do like car stuff on my channel, and I do pictures, videos, a little bit of this, that, you get the point. So first things first, we're gonna be talking about how do you capture a car, how do you do it in a cinematic way that actually looks pretty good. So as you can see here, I have my car parked in this position that it's in for a very specific reason. So first things first is how you position the car. So for example, to make the shot a lot more interesting, I'm not gonna just park the car in a straight line or something like that. Not that you can't do that and you can't get interesting photos or videos, but typically what you wanna do is know how to position the car in order to help you out best with what you're trying to achieve. So what we call this right here is the 3/4 shot. So what's important to capture is you wanna show off the right angles of the car, and you also wanna show off the little details. So for example, I'll take this picture just to show you. Yeah, for example, I wouldn't just straight up come in front of the car and take a picture like this, and I'll be putting the pictures up on the screen as I'm doing it. So you wanna be able to show the angles of the car. So that picture wasn't bad, but for example, I'll show you how much better the 3/4 shot is. You capture way more interesting frame like that, and you get to show off the car at a different perspective. So right now, what you're gonna see is I'm gonna shut up and start taking some pictures of the car. Just kind of look at the angles that I'm doing and stuff like that, and you'll kind of understand what I mean, and I'll explain it a little farther in a minute. So be right back with that. So most of the time we're gonna be taking these pictures for like social media and stuff like that, and I'll kind of show what I'm doing or explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So don't mind the car being super dirty in a lot of these pictures, but this shot is really cool because it's showing off the cool curves in the headlight. And I'm gonna take a picture of the wheel, make that look pretty dynamic and looks like a cool shot. I didn't taking 100 and a million pictures of this car, so I already know like what angles are pretty good. But instead of just taking big wide photos and getting basic shots like that one, I'm focusing in on the details and just kind of zoning in on that, trying to find an interesting composition, if that makes sense. So 3/4 shots work pretty good, front and back of the car. Definitely always a good option to get this shot. And right here is no different. So yeah, trying to find the interesting angles of the car and show off the details. For example, like right now, getting the badges, doing stuff like that. Just don't want to do like I said, a basic shot. Want to try to make it as interesting as possible. So to keep this video from being super long, I'm not gonna go over 100 different pictures and stuff like that to kind of make this take long, but essentially angles, get angles. Get your wide shots of the whole vehicle, get your close, tight shots of the details of the car, the wheels, the badges, just the body lines of the car, that sort of thing. And then the other things that you want to get is like I said, the little details, the badges, the Brembos, the brakes, stuff like that. If it got any cool features on the car, get that. And my personal recommendation is to get as many different pictures and as many different angles as possible, So that way, when you're doing the editing and stuff like that, you could worry about what are you gonna use for the video after the fact. So that's my tip on that. So even if the picture is bad, it don't even matter, just take it. You can find out later on if it's a good picture or not, if you can use it. This picture that I just put up, in my personal opinion, not a great angle at all. So I took that to just kind of show you, like, be very conscious of your angles. So that's gonna be that for the picture segment of it. So just to kind of show you guys what I meant in terms of angles or whatever, and how this can apply to photo and video. So I put all the pictures up as we were going through this, just showing all the angles that I got on the car, and you apply this to any and every car. Wide shots, medium shots, details. Same for video. My kind of method in this is just taking as much as possible and figuring out in the editing later what I want to do with that. So, okay, so one of the things when it comes down to video that I would recommend, a whole lot of people, almost everybody should have these. Now, I'm a fan of the handheld look. Majority of the time, that's what I'm doing is handheld footage because I like how it looks. In general, everyone trying to make good, high quality footage should always have a gimbal. They are always insanely useful to have. You get a lot more professional level content with gimbals. Now, that being said, gimbals are pretty tough for a couple reasons. You have to balance a gimbal every single time you are using it, and boy oh boy does this become an enormous pain in the butt. So you got to make sure that you're balancing your gimbal properly, and that will allow you to get the smoothest possible content. Yeah, do not skip out on balancing your gimbal properly. Now, you're supposed to do this on level ground, so as level as possible. In a lot of cases, it might not be possible for you to be able to get level ground, so you just got to do the best that you can do. So this is a 3-axis gimbal. This stabilizes, dude, I should have tightened this up. This stabilizes panning, tilt, and I forgot it has the roll axis. So it doesn't stabilize up and down motion. So even though you're using a gimbal, you still got to try to be smooth as possible. So definitely keep that in mind. Looks like we're pretty good on the tilt axis. Let's see how we're looking on the roll. That looks pretty good. Now I'll do a different video another time on how to fully balance a gimbal. That's a whole nother animal in itself. It takes time to learn how to balance a gimbal, do it properly, and do it fast and efficiently. So you will get frustrated. You will have a hard time in the beginning, but trust me, it's all worth it in the end. You just gotta keep going, keep practicing with it. You'll get better as you go. So we are now in our POV. I'm gonna kind of show you how I get my videos, and right now I'm just kind of giving you demonstration on what the gimbal does. As you can see, it's balancing the camera as I'm moving it around all crazy. We're in FPV. You got pan follow, where it only lets you pan across. You got pan tilt follow, where you can tip up and down and pan across, back and forth. And then you got FPV, where you can do all the crazy tilts and panning and all that sort of stuff. So basically what we're gonna do is try and get some creative angles of the car, and in general this is just gonna be like for social media and stuff like that, but you know, just wanted to make a video kind of explaining. So pay attention to these camera angles. What we're gonna, you can also have this Bluetooth to your camera, which I currently don't, so it can't start the record for me. And I almost forgot, we have to put this in S-Log 2 or 3. Almost forgot. So, and if you guys want a camera settings video or something like that in the future, I can do that as well. One thing that I always like to do when I'm doing my car videos and stuff like that is what I call the establishing shot. So right now we got it into pan only, and I'm just gonna get an establishing shot. Now, if you pay attention to what I'm doing, call this the crab walk or whatever. A lot of people joke about it. Just think about it like you want to give yourself as many tools as possible to work with. So don't mind the fact that my car is extremely dirty right now. Why I didn't wash it ahead of time, not very sure, but we're gonna use the cleanest wheel. So turn up my settings a little bit right here. And you see, I'm just getting little short clips, panning across, showing the details of the car. And don't cut the clip short either. And I absolutely love, love, love this lens. And as you can see, I'm getting different focal lengths, just getting a variety of shots. You don't have to use every single shot either. Never feel like you have to use everything. Just get as much as possible and work with what you got. Just have that extra just in case you need it. So right now, I'm just gonna do a whole orbit around the car, and all I'm focusing on is just capturing as many details as possible. Okay, so I got the full orbit of the car. Another thing I like to do, even though I already got the clips that I wanted to get, I like to just, even when you think you got everything you need, to just get a little bit more. So this is like your entrance shot. You can do a push in type of shot, and I'm gonna do a pull out shot at the back of the car. With that in mind. So one mistake that I see a lot of people do is, what they will do is they'll record one clip going to the right, then the next clip going to the left. It's not necessarily a full right or wrong in anything in photography and videography, but what you want to do is keep it as consistent as possible. So as you probably already noticed, all the clips that I just filmed about the car were all going in the same consistent direction around the car. So you want to make sure you aren't confusing people, you aren't doing way too many different things. You want to keep it as consistent as possible. So definitely important consistency. My tip, keep everything going in the same direction. It just makes the flow of the video flow a lot better. That's pretty much my breakdown of car photography and car videography. Yeah, so if you guys want something like camera videos or even a review on the RS3 Mini, I keep saying that the next video is gonna be my review on the RS3 Mini, so trust me, it's coming, it's coming. But if you guys learned anything from this video, or you felt like you were entertained by this type of content, please feel free to let me know down in the comments and ask me questions. It gives me ideas to make videos about it. But yeah, this was just a quick video explaining how I come up with most of my content, what my mindset is going into the shoot, and what my workflow process is. So if you guys are also interested in the editing process, I can make a video on that too as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Like, comment, subscribe if you learned anything from this video, and follow for more content on social medias. That'll be down in the description. Yeah, and we out. Thanks for watching.